Good afternoon, my name is Juan David, and today's presentation I'm gonna show you my entrepreneur project. So, this presentation is divided in three parts. The first part is about the social problem that concerns me. The second part is about my business idea, and the third part is about my business product. So, let's go. Okay, I would like to start showing you my characteristics as an entrepreneur first. I consider is really important to take into account. So I consider I have 6 characteristics as an entrepreneur. So let's look at this. My first characteristic is that I don't feel with the current reality. It means that I want a better future. The second characteristic is that I make sacrifices. The third one is that I have patience when I do things and I like something. In this case, I like my degree, I like study English, and I do these things with patience. The fourth part is that I have a lot of energy, I be positive. The fifth is the desire to learn. And the last one is that I have unique ideas. I consider I have this characteristic because I think I am very creative. So that's why I consider I have this characteristic as an entrepreneur. Now let's start with the first part of my presentation, that is the social problem that concerns me. As you can see in the pictures, the cell phones addiction is one of the most important problematic that we as humans beings in 21st century have to take into account, right? So the problematic that concerns me is the cell phones addiction. As you can see in the picture, we we can get these situations in family meetings. We can see in public places, as in the picture in the left. So this kind of addiction allow us to lose the time with the real important people that cares about us. So we have to be careful in how we use technology. So I would like to change this bad behavior. That's why for me it's really important to change or to apport in this problematic in a positive way. So I would like to change these bad behaviors and aware people to interact more but in face to face, leaving cell phones back in other places and start to interact and share time. So take into account the problem that concerns me. It led me to think beyond, to think in a deeper way. It means a solution to solve this problem. A possible solution that could be solved this problematic that I think is really important to change. So the second part of my presentation is my business idea. So the first idea, I would like to start this part with a quotation that I took from the book of Robert Kiyosaki that says, "The job of an entrepreneur starts before exists the business." Okay, my first idea consists in the implementation of some rules in my house to stop this bad behavior and start to aware my family to change this bad behavior. So that's what I think I had the initiative to change using these things. As you can see in the first picture, I used a basket, usual basket. I think all of us have a basket like that, and I create like a poster specifying that they can use their cell phones in the kitchen. This photo was took in my kitchen. So as you can see in the picture, that's kind of the results of my initiative. And the second picture is like the rule of the use of internet. So I start to control like the time of internet, and they start to. That's for my family and good to start to not be dependent of technology resources. That's the that's about this part. So my first idea allowed me to think in the creation of some baskets. So my second idea consists in the design of some baskets that people can like handle in all places. I create this with pieces of wood and paper and colors, as you can see in the picture. Really easy to make it. So I think in this in a social way. So the first objective of this basket was to leave the cell phones there, and give people and make people aware to interact more. So it means that I tried to promote interaction, right? Thus, these ideas allow me to go beyond, to think in something that will be really useful and allow me to earn money at the same time. That's what I create, the charger basket for cell phones. So the objectives of my product are the following. So the first one is that my basket will be useful in any place where people used to interact. Places like, okay, this place I mean in house places like in the kitchen, in the living rooms, in the dining rooms, where people used to interact, right? So the second objective is to change people's awareness about the use of cell phones all the time. That's what I create, a charger basket. So where the people, okay, this idea of creating this object born the idea to make an object useful, not just for leave something instead of leave just the cell phones. I decided to implement in my object something useful for them. So that's what I create, a chargeable basket that people can charge their cell phones during their I don't know, while they interact, while they eating or things like that, right? So and the third objective is to charge more than one cell phone at the same time. Okay, the list of resources that I thought was important to find are the following: a solar panel, wood basket, cables, charger battery, sticks, papers, someone who knows about electricity, very important, our carpenter, aerosols, and a garage where I can work. So, I took also I took this quotation in Kiyosaki's book, so I would like to read it. The most important job of an entrepreneur is to design a business before there is a business. Okay, so the third part of my presentation is my business product. As George and Sims says in his book, your true north is based on what is most important to you. So the business product, this part of the presentation is divided in 3 steps. Let's look at it. Let's look at them. The first step is the designing of the product. So as you can see the pictures, first of all I designed how I would like to be my product. So as you can see in the pictures, there is the measures and the issues that I wanted to have my product. So you can see it. The second step was the electricity consultancy. I went to a friend of my father. So I talked to him, and we start to and he gave me the resources that I have to buy that I had to buy in order to construct the product. And the third step was buy the resources. I went to the center of the city and I find the resources that you can see in the picture. And the fourth step is the creation of the basket. So I talked to a friend of mine that is carpenter, and I gave him the designing, and the following pictures are the result of my currently product. So I hope you like it. This is the front side. As you can see in this part, you can put a photo. This is the clock in these holes that you can see in this part. It has lights inside of it. So, and these are like the cell phones, the position of the cell phones. Okay, the next part, this is the upside. This is how it looks upside. The side and the back side of my product. This is like the idea of my product, but take into account that the basket is not ready to use it yet, but it's in process. This basket is not easy to do it, so I will show you when it's finished. I hope my product like you, and I hope that this presentation was clear for you. Thank you very much.